Gospa nas je izabrala 81. I počela nam je davati poruke.
Gospa, the Blessed Mother, chose us in 1981 and started giving us the messages. At first, we did not believe that something like that could ever happen to us. Why me? I am not the best, the most faithful, did not go much to church, just like all other children. Nevertheless, Our Lady chose us. She came to the hill, which was until then just a hill. Today it is called the Apparition Hill. Gospa came here with the name of the Queen of Peace. When we asked her who she was, she said, I am the Mother of God. On the third day of the apparitions, in a special way, when we were getting down the hill after the apparition, Our Lady appeared to me one more time and said, peace, peace, peace. Peace must reign between men and God and among men. Peace in the hearts of men. Gospa said then that she came under the title of the Queen of Peace. I recall those first days we did not sleep much. We prayed rosary after rosary. We did not understand much. We did not even think much because it was all so much bigger than us. So what did we do? We prayed. As I recall, sometimes we did not even know where exactly did Our Lady appear. It was pitch dark. One could not see anything at all. We were tired, but we felt need after evening program in the church as Our Lady wanted it, after cleaning the church around 11:30 p.m., around midnight. We did not feel need to go to sleep, although we were tired, but we felt need to go up the Apparition Hill to thank the Blessed Mother for everything she has given us. When Our Lady first appeared, we were living under the communist regime. The living was hard. One could not be a teacher, professor, or doctor, or get any important position if declared Catholic. Working position, if you declared yourself as Catholic, believer and practicing believer. Just a picture for you of how we were living back then. We visionaries were taken to hospitals trying to convince us that we are suffering from delusions, that we are psychologically sick. But Gospa was giving us hope little by little. She told us, think of God and God's things. Do not think of other things. You just pray. And so we started to pray. We felt chosen. Our Lady's presence at first caused us fear. Later on, little by little, brought us joy, because to be with the Blessed Mother, it means to experience heaven here on earth. Her apparition, her presence, when she comes to us, it is always heaven among us. Just think, the heaven opens up here for all of us who want to accept her messages. This is why I am inviting all of you to listen to what Our Lady has been telling us from the beginning, which means peace. The most important message is the message from God. Peace, God. Peace means an encounter with God. It means conversion. The Blessed Mother came for the first time to the Apparition Hill, carrying the baby Jesus in her arms. We like to say that the most important and the most beautiful image of the Blessed Mother is the one of her with the baby Jesus in her arms. She was calling us with her hand. We were at the foot of the hill, and with her hand she was calling us to come. We did not dare, none of us. The following day, there was such a desire and need in our hearts to go up the hill and to come close to the Blessed Mother. And certainly Our Lady's presence from fear turned into joy for us. That something which was boundless to us, somewhat distant, all of a sudden became close to us. God, who until then was just in heaven, became God with us, God who walks with us, who inspires us to conversion. God who is telling us, return to God. There is no future for you without God, no eternal life without God. This is why Our Lady inspires and asks of us to be joyful carriers of her message. What does Our Lady's message mean? It means joy. Joy for being Christians, joy for having been called to conversion, joy for being every day all the more open to the will of God. On the 25th of the past month, I had to cry after the apparition. Just like you saw on some occasions visionary Mirjana cry after apparition, we all try to restrain ourselves, but it does not mean that we are crying out of sorrow. No, it means joy. It means to experience heaven. When Our Lady comes, she is always joyful, even when she is serious. She is beautiful. She inspires us to holiness. She comes on a cloud in a grey gown with white veil. She has crown of stars, but all this description is insufficient. This is why many times I do not even speak of it, simply because we cannot describe what we experience within us in earthly words. Sometimes I feel like stopping people from coming to the apparition. I would like to tell them to remain in prayer and fasting for 3 days first and then to come for the apparition. 3 days of prayer and fasting, and then we shall see whether you will experience God and the Blessed Mother or not. There are some who come to say, Blessed Mother, come and heal me. I am here. You must heal me. But Our Lady says, return to God and pray. I think that who prays every day will understand things all the more and better. Our Lady gives us hope with her presence. She said for thousands time over and over again, be not afraid, bear your witness, pray, return to God and prayer. She told us that even wars can be stopped with prayer and fasting. God gave us 10 commandments and told us, if you want to walk along the right path, return, live the 10 commandments, and you will be fine here on earth. What is Our Lady asking of us on our walk in this world? To leave the sin behind, to convert ourselves, and to start living on the path of holiness. Gospa has called us all to holiness. It does not matter who we are or where we are from, nor what school did we finish. Gospa says that holiness is calling directly to all of us, an inspiration for us all every day to start a new life and through us the mankind. Our Lady is concerned just about one thing, our souls. And she says that we are all torn apart by so many material earthly things and we think of our souls far too little. This is why she continues to inspire us and to call us to return to God, to prayer and to fasting. Wars can be stopped with prayer and fasting, she said. That means that we ought to return to all that God is inspiring us to. If we fast, this pandemic that scared us all in general will return where it belongs, to hell. It does not come from God. What about the pandemic of restlessness in our hearts, pandemic of restlessness in our families? Our Lady tells us to take the Holy Family as example to us and to learn from the Holy Family. Our Lady inspires us to return to faith, to God and prayer, return to fasting, return to the commandments of God. Many young people say that they are not interested. God does not interest me. They have thousands of different gods. God of sports, God of dieting, God of business advancement, etc. My children were born after I already had apparitions for years, so it is somewhat normal to them. One of my sons told me, Mommy, please recommend me, pray for me, I have exam coming, or something else. It is so sweet. They know when they need me, I am here for them. We prayed rosary with our children as family since they were little. One would walk away and play, after which he would return to pray his decade. Then says, I have prayed my decade, and off he goes. It is an inspiration not to pray in a fanatic way, but rather may our prayer be the expression of our love for God, or for example, we are still in the month of May to offer a little flower to the Blessed Mother. My children used to say, Mommy, you are placing little flower before the Blessed Mother as if you were a little girl. Then I see them too at the same time walking in the meadow, picking up flowers, bringing them to the Blessed Mother. It is one little sign of love for Gospa, which is intimate, which grew within them, in their hearts. Perhaps because they saw me do the same when they were little. A little flower literally as flower, or perhaps flower of a little sacrifice, or a flower as our devotion to Gospa. Each one of us has to decide that for oneself. We are just passing by here on earth. All who are born have to die, so do we. But Our Lady wants us all to leave a sign of our presence. So many times I have thought of people who come to Medjugorje with desire to talk to us, to touch us. But we always say that we are not important, that only God is important. Convert yourselves, listen to Our Lady's messages, put them in practice. Our Lady has taught us that we all go through her to Jesus. Fall in love with the Blessed Mother. She is so in love with God that you too will fall in love with Him and follow Him. That is when the new world will start, the world of Our Lady's dreams, of our dreams, the world of peace. In her last message, once again, Our Lady told us that Satan wants war and restlessness in hearts of men, but Gospa is here. She is fighting for our peace, peace in our hearts, peace in our families, and peace in the world. Therefore, all who are called, all people of goodwill, be the men of peace. Without peace, we have no future. With all my heart, I would like to tell you once more, return to God. Without God, there is no future. Return to prayer. Return to the sacraments. All of you who are baptized, return to confession. Let us abandon sin and start living the conversion, living the path of holiness, as Our Lady says. For my own good, for the good of my family, my community, for the good of my parish and the whole world. This is why Our Lady is always asking of us to put God in the first place. In a special way in the Eucharist. On different occasions, she said, the Almighty allowed me to be with you and to guide you. We are chosen people, just like the chosen people, 40 years out of our gratitude to her. It does not matter whether you are in Medjugorje, America, Australia, Africa, Latin America, Kenya, or Greenland. You are called to conversion. Gospa says, convert yourselves and believe in the better future. She comes from the future. She comes from heaven, and she knows the best what our hearts need. Let us pray together that the Immaculate Heart of the Blessed Mother triumphs in us and through us. She is calling us to be her extended hands. In one message she said, I want to give you my love so you can share it with others. May the love of Gospa and the love of God flow through the entire world. That is what I want to share with you with my testimony. Not just through me and you, but may we truly be the carriers of light in this dark world without hope. Our Lady came to us with hope, and she inspires us through her messages. Return to God, because God is our hope. God is our light, God is our way, truth and life. May God and the Blessed Mother bless you.